Did everyone complete the activity questions which are relevant to the previous lecture as a explanation?
Yes, sir. Done, sir. All activity question done, sir.
Sir,
Any doubts? Are anybody having any doubts in that?
None, sir. No, sir.
no, sir.
Okay, that's good. And in the last lecture, in the last class, we had discussed up to the three prices problem, I guess. And today, did we cover the three prices problem completely? Is that done? Hello, hello,
Sir,
guys. Is the three prices problem is completely done by me?
week 3, little left last lecture, I guess.
Yeah, actually, I'm talking about only three prices problem. If that is completed, we'll start a new topic from 3.4.
Yeah, three price problem is complete.
Okay, fine. So our next lecture is related to procedures and parameters. I'll start that right away. Now, oh my god, this horrible one. Lecture 3.4 is Introduction to Procedures, right? This is the lecture 3.4, I guess, yes? Okay, can someone can someone make a guess regarding the definition of procedure?
The way something is done, like a definite set of process which you follow.
Yes, you're right. And any others who could give definition like this person, right? Okay, I myself will tell the formal definition. A procedure is the formal definition is that procedure is the actual implementation of an algorithm. Rather, we can say that to be algorithm. One of the students said it's a process, right? But we can rather define it formally to be the implementation of an algorithm.
Algorithm.
Yeah, algorithm of an algorithm in real world. Is this fine? And now, to what extent are procedures helpful for us? Are there any advantages of procedures? If asked like this, yes, definitely there are advantages of procedures, and that's real, and that's not in our scope of syllabus. But the fine answer would be yes. Now, what are present inside a procedure? We are aware of the word procedure, but what makes a procedure? Can somebody guess this? Just now I gave it's present in the definition as well. This is the formal definition that has been given by me. Can someone make out the components of a procedure?
The parameters and the algorithm and the parameters.
Yeah, parameters is definitely one of the point in that.
This and parameter.
And an algorithm can also be said to be like we can say algorithm has conditions, right?
Condition. Sorry, sir. I forgot that.
Yeah, no problem. Conditionals with parameters. When we combine these both, it makes up a procedure, right? I think this is very intuitive for you all. When we combine conditionals with parameters, that makes up a procedure, which helps us in the application of real world things. And like we see in the did someone watch a lecture related to procedures here?
Yes, sir, I did, sir.
Yes. So you must be having a very good idea of what a procedure means. Now let me explain others as well. Now, as we are habituated to learn from examples, I will give you guys an example of procedure. A procedure contains of the core thing, the very important thing that is present in the procedure is parameter. Without a parameter, a procedure cannot be obtained, or we cannot frame a procedure. So parameter is the base requirement, or it is the fundamental part. The fundamental part of a procedure is that it's a parameter. And the second is conditionals. And the third one is functions. I'll explain you section wise. Now let's take up what the parameter stands for. Let us say that if you like to find the number of female students, in IIT Madras. Now, in this particular sentence, what can be used as a parameter to get the required result?
The female, like gender.
Yes, here the parameter that we need to apply to get the desired result is we need to apply filter. Rather, we can also define parameter to be a filter. It's none other than a filter, right? In this example, our parameter starts with if gender.
Gender
Here
is equal to male, female. Sorry.
Here this is the particular parameter for us. This is what a parameter in a pseudocode refers to, but we'll also discuss a parameter in procedure as well. But unlike in a pseudocode, we do not call up a parameter inside a procedure for repeated times like that we do in a procedure. I mean like that we do in an algorithm. So now I'll make you guys understand what the real difference between procedure and algorithm. Let us say we want to find out we want to sum up the maximum marks, sum of maths marks rather. This serves as a better example to make you understand what a procedure is. Now, as I said just now, can you guys make up something like procedure from this? Yeah, I'll just write a procedure and I'll explain you the components and their functionalities as well. For every procedure, we need a pseudocode. This is the very important point. For every procedure, a pseudocode is compulsory. It is mandatory. Am I okay?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, fine. And now what our aim was to find the sum of mathematics mark, right? So we need to draw up a procedure under a pseudocode. Our procedure name, okay, I haven't introduced the name as well. I'll just explain you all from this particular pseudocode. Procedure sum max gen. Okay, I think
Gen.
you guys, yeah. And initially, we haven't visited any of the cards cards present in the course data set. And so we have the initial value of sum to be 0. We initialize every variable with 0, right, before wasting any cards. That's the basic step.
Yes, sir.
Okay, you're in the flow with me. Now, while. Why did we use while here? Can you guys remember the second basic step of
Iteration.
algorithm?
We are starting the iteration.
Yeah, before that, before starting an iteration, what do we need to do?
Pick a card.
Yeah, you are very near. You are coming close. Before picking card, what should we check there? We
Cards
have
are
to,
in pile 1.
while pile 1 has more cards. Yes, you are right. If we can only read a card if there are more, if the cards present in pile 1. If there are no cards left over in pile 1, then we cannot read any card rather than exiting the process. Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
So, what is the next step here? After verifying that there is a card present, what do we do?
Take the card.
Yes. Come on, guys! I need everybody's participation, but only if you are participating actively. From pile 1. Now immediately without reading anything, we just move it to pile 2. I'll tell you why we do so. After moving to pile 2, now here comes the real thing. As I said you, x dot gender. Am I right?
Yes, sir. If extra
But see,
gender
but
is
see here, in the very beginning of this procedure, we had only mentioned gen. What can we write here then? We should maintain the same. We should maintain the same thing here as well, which is gen. Here the gen stands for, it could be either a male or it could be either female. It depends on what result we want to find out. If we want to find out the marks of male students, then it could be male, or else if you're interested to find out the marks of female students, then it can be a female. Am I clear? It depends on our application. This pseudocode is
yes, sir.
completely dependent upon gender. Because it is completely dependent upon gender, I had to mention gen, which stands for gender, inside the parameters.
Sir.
Okay, now if it is true, if it is found out that we found a card which is relevant to the result that we want to obtain, what should we do now?
Sum is equal to sum plus x dot maths.
Yeah, if you answer with me, or if you just make up an answer which is suitable, then it implies that you are very much perfect in the previous classes as well. That's why I'm asking you guys to frame up a pseudocode. There's nothing more. There's nothing more than that. I'm right. Am I right? If you're able to frame the pseudocode along with me, that implies that you're in a particular flow, which is very suitable to the qualifier exam. Now, what should we do here? Yeah, we added the sum. We updated the sum with the marks of the candidate. Now, after adding, what should we do now? We also completed this particular thing. This entire thing is one branch, and this
We
entire
just
thing
end it
is another branch.
with like returning the sum.
Yes, we should return the sum. You're 100% right. And thereafter, as this is a procedure, we need to use the keyword AND. The AND is a keyword here. You must remember this. AND. And after that, we need to give the procedure name. Hence, the procedure name is SUMMATHS. We should mention SUMMATHS. Now, I'll explain you this pseudocode, which is a procedure, in a very intuitive way. We see that here the procedure name. What is the procedure name? Everybody, I need everyone's response here. Procedure. What is the name of procedure?
Sum maths with the parameter as gender.
Yeah, I'm getting only your response, but I'm waiting for others as well. Okay, guys, I'll move on with the ones.
Don't understand.
What?
Can you repeat this procedure? I don't understand.
Okay, definitely I'll repeat this procedure. See, this procedure is, the aim of the procedure is, we wanted to find out the total maths marks of a gender. Let us not disclose the gender. It is only gender. It could be a male or a female. But this is the sole aim of this pseudocode. Okay, this did you understand this? Someone has asked me. This is the aim of this pseudocode. And now we come
Yes,
into the
sir.
explanation of this pseudocode. This particular pseudocode is used to. This particular pseudocode is completely running on a on a procedure. Since I did not explain you a procedure, I wanted to explain you what a procedure and what a procedure has in it. I had to make up a pseudocode in a very rough, in a very implicit way. This is from your course data set. See here, whenever we are initiating a procedure, we need to mention it besides. We need to mention it beside the name of procedure. Because since this is a procedure to find out the maths marks of a particular gender, we are writing procedure beside the name. Am I clear? Am I clear up to now?
Yes, sir.
This is the name of procedure. Since the user must be knowing, or not only the user, the other person who views this should also know that this particular thing is a procedure. We should indicate that this is a procedure by writing by writing the word procedure beside it. And in some cases, you will not be finding this procedure thing, but you will be only finding the name of procedure with a parameter inside it. Whenever you see something inside curly brackets like this, inside these braces, you must interpret that the given pseudocode is a procedure automatically. This is very important key. Whenever you see a name of whenever you see a name being followed by braces, being followed by round braces, you must be able to interpret that this complete thing is a procedure. Whatever is below, whatever the lines are below these braces belong to a procedure. Therefore, you must be able to make it comfortable by understanding the steps which are associated inside it. Now I just taught you two things. One is the name procedure will be present beside it, just beside it, or in case if it is not present, then you must be able to make out that it is a procedure if there is a brace with a parameter inside it. Let us say the parameter is x. In general case, the parameter is x. Then there won't be any procedure thing. The procedure word will be missing, and then you need to interpret yourself that yes, there is a brace here. These braces indicate that this particular lines of code is a procedure. Is this tip helpful for you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, okay. The person who asked me the doubt, I don't remember. I did not see his name.
Yes, sir.
So we can differentiate this procedure into two parameters, right? Like gender, if it's male, then we can update some male,
Yeah,
and then
that's
if it's
what.
female, so.
Yeah, that's what I have said. You like it could be a male or a female. For that confusion, I only written gender, which could be this can be a male, this can be a female, but not both. If we combine both male and female, then there is no need to pass a parameter rather than finding the total match marks of the class. Am I right? This makes sense, right?
Yes, sir.
We are only interested in making out the parameter based on gender, which is either male or a female. And now from this, let me erase this. Okay. And now from this, we have defined a procedure which with the name 𝗵𝗵𝗲𝗁. The name of procedure is, what is the name? I need everyone to respond.
𝗵𝗵𝗲𝗁.
Yes, the name of procedure is 𝗵𝗵𝗲𝗁. What is the parameter here?
Gender.
Everybody guys, not one or two, everyone.
Gender.
Gender, sir.
Yes, the parameter is gender, which could be either a male or a female. And now, what are you doing? For the person who asked me to explain this again, now our sole aim is to find out the total marks of male or female students, but not both. Okay. Now, why did we write sum is equal to 0 here? This is a very basic step. We had to write sum is equal to 0 because we haven't visited any card so far. This is the very beginning step of the procedure. And we use the conditional statement while but not if, because while pile 1 has more cards. This entire code runs only if there are cards in the pile. Hence, we write while here, but not if. We only use if conditional statement whenever we want to verify the card with a conditional. Not only a card, whenever we want to verify data element with a conditional statement. Like this gender here, which I will be describing later on. Now, while pile 1 has more cards, pick a card from pile 1. This is a very basic step. And we move on to pile 2. From pile 2, we will check if the gender matches the desired result or not. Say for example, we want to find out the match marks of all male student. Then we check whether x dot gender is equal to male or not. If it is not male, we directly put it beside, and then we move on to this step again. And if it is a male, we add his marks to the sum variable. We update his marks with some variable. Am I clear? The person who has asked me this doubt, am I clear for him? Hello?
Yes, sir. It's perfect.
I think you are not the person who asked the question.
Yes, sir. I'm here.
Yeah, fine. Did you understand, Prajwal?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. And now many of you answered that the name of procedure is 𝗵𝗵𝗲𝗁 and the parameter being declared is male or female, or rather we could say that to be gender. And now, after moving to pile 2, we updated the sum with x dot maths. Let me change this color. Yeah, fine. We are updating with this. We are updating sum with his marks obtained, and then at last we are returning the sum, but not printing because printing is not yet taught to you. We return sum to the user. After we return sum, we end the sum maths. What is this? We end sum math. What is this statement? End sum math. What does this refer to? You can understand this sentence meaning by the word end itself. What does end stand for? We are ending the procedure sum maths after visiting all the favorable cards present inside the data set. Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, fine. this is what a real procedure is. This is a real life example of a procedure, and we can make out all procedure, and we can make out many procedures, but this particular one is very simple and it is much associated towards your course. This is the main reason of explaining this particular procedure as well. I hope you guys understood what the name, what the name of procedure is, where do we store parameters inside a procedure. We store a parameters, or we declare a parameter inside these braces, inside these curly braces. Okay, whatever are present inside braces, they are said to be parameters. Please make note of this point. These are said to be parameters, and the entire procedure is dependent upon these parameters, which bring out the final result, and the final result is very much associated to the parameter that has been declared or that has been used. Please make note. Making note of this point will help you to discover options which are only related to this parameter. See, for example, say some maths we wanted male. To confuse us, the qualifier question paper might have two options which include the gender female as well. But our declared parameter is male only. So we would be able to make out that the options which are relevant to female are wrong, right? This is very important step, right? We need to cross check what the parameter is, and we need to only verify the options which are related to the parameter itself, but not anything other than that. Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine.
Yes, sir.
And now, one second, guys. Till now, we only saw pseudocode with one parameter. It is not, there is no any limitation that a pseudocode or procedure should have only one parameter, but it can also have as many parameters as possible. Do you need some example for a procedure with two parameters as well?
Yes, sir.
Yes, definitely.
We can just modify the previous procedure, right? Like instead of just maths marks, we can say sum of marks, and then pass on two parameters as in subject as in and gender.
Yes, you're right. I think your name is Prince, right? I haven't seen your name.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I remember your voice. That's why I had to make out. Yeah, what Prince said is also right. We can also include another parameter here, but all this looks very clumsy itself. So we'll start with a fresh example. Let us say oh no. This is example 2, which a girl asked. I think I don't remember her name. Procedure to sum up any type of marks. What does this term any refer to? Any guess, anyone? What does this term any refer to? Any type of marks.
It's any subject.
Yes, you're 100% right. And this any shall serve as a second parameter here. Okay, instead of writing procedure, I just told you right now, if there is some name associated with braces, then you must be able to make out that this is a procedure. Here we again write gender as well. Let us say the gender to be as girl as this dot. Let us say this to be female, and field. Okay. What this is first, the first parameter is female. This is parameter 1. And the second parameter is field. Field is the parameter number 2. This field can be anything. It can be either maths, it can be either physics, it can be either chemistry, any of these three. It can be any of these three, okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. You are responding good. And now the girl, I'll just see your name. Are you Aru? Are you? Hello?
No, sir, Aisha.
Okay, Aisha. Fine. Now, what do we need to do next? As you learn, as I explained you the previous procedure, can you tell me the second step over here, which is very relevant to the previous procedure? We
Sum
initiate
equal
the
to
sum.
0.
Yeah. And again, the third step is also the same, while pile 1 has more cards, right?
Yes, sir.
This is all because you guys needed an example, that's why I'm explaining. Actually, there is no need to write again, but in order to make a neat explanation, I'm writing once again. See here, we had to write female. So, while pile 1 has more cards, what should we give now?
If
Girl.
pick a card and then if
No. Girl chemistry sum. There is no need to consider regarding if gender is equal to female, because okay, like there is no need to write this statement, but as you are telling, we'll just now write it down again. If x dot gender, is this okay, Prince?
yes,
Yes, sir.
Yeah, actually this isn't required, but there is no problem. As you guys wanted, we will write it. No issues. Now, we do not know what subject it is. We only wrote that to be field. So let us take all the three subjects into consideration. Girl chemistry sum. What does this girl chemistry sum refer to? Girl is a gender.
which
Okay, leave it.
full chemistry marks, the sum of chemistry marks of all female students.
Yes, you're right. Some marks of F dot chemistry. You're 100% right, guys. And again, girl math sum.
Some marks F maths.
Rather, we'll just put it like this. F maths. Girl physics sum. Sum marks F comma physics. Right? Are we clear so far? We had to write all the three
Yes,
subjects.
sir.
We mentioned all the three subjects here because we have only used field. Hence, we need to be relevant to all the three subjects. If it mattered only if the field was some physics, then we will write only this statement and we'll neglect the statement 1 and 2, which are chemistry and maths. Okay. So you need to make appropriate changes with relevant to the field that is suitable to the question asked. Now we had updated all the three things, right? All the three subjects. So what should we do now? This entire thing is one block. See this entire thing. From here to here, it is one procedure, and from here to here, since everything is done, we need to come out of the branch. Okay, we came out of the branch. What did we do after coming out of branch in the first example?
Return.
Yes, you're right again. We returned. This should be small letters. Return. What should we return? We can return any of these three. We should return any of.
Sum dot field.
Yes, right. We need to return sum dot field, because we can write all these three here from here to here, but it takes a very long process. So I had to write sum dot field, where field refers to either chemistry, maths, or physics. Am I clear? After this, there is still one line is missing. What is missing here? We need to end the procedure. We need to end some marks.
Some marks.
Some marks f dot field, right?
Field.
With this, 2 parameters example has been completed. If any doubts, you can ask. Are anybody having any doubts?
No, sir.
Yes, fine. No, that's very great to hear. Now, here we are returning sum dot field, right? Is it mandatory? Oh no. Is it mandatory that every time a procedure should return only a value? Can it return something else?
No, it's not necessary.
Yes, you are right. A procedure can not only return values, but it can also return some errors as well. Can return anything as a result. Did everybody understand this point? A procedure can result not only values, but it can also result some characters or null values, or some values like n by a, not otherwise something. There could be many. There are many things which can be given as a result. Like it can give a boolean as a result. Apart from integer and character, it can also return a boolean like true and false. There is a case, right? Say for example, a procedure can return boolean if we do not want to find the sum, but if we want to find out whether the picked card is a girl or not. In this case, we return that it is a girl by returning true. Am I right? It is correct, right? If our sole aim was to find out, whether the card belongs to a girl or not, then immediately we do not write these all things. All the lines from here to here are unnecessary, and directly we jump to this statement: return true. Am I clear? Can we continue to the next point?
Yes.
Yes, sir. It's clear.
Yes, I'm happy for you guys that you understood well. Can return anything as a result. Now, correct marks for one subject. For one subject on a card. How can you represent? Marks of one subject from a card. You have a card with you. Imagine that your marks are represented in a card. Say that your name, let us take the name of Prince. Let us say name is Prince. I do not know your original name, Prince, so that's why I had to write like this. Prince is the card name. It belongs to Prince. Prince is a male, and thereafter his card ID has a numbering, right? Every card has a numbering. So his card is the first card. So this is card ID. Now, what are present inside the card? Inside a card, there are physics marks, math marks, and chemistry marks, right? And thereafter we have total, which is equal to this. We add up, let us say x, y, z, x plus y plus z. These are the total marks. So this is the card of Prince. I think Prince must be very happy right now. Am I right, Prince? Yeah, fine. I can guess that. And now we have the card of a Prince. And now we can represent marks of one subject from a card by using parameter. What parameter should we use? Can someone tell me the answer from the explanation given? What parameter should be used in order to get only one subject?
Field.
Yes, there should be only field. Field, and it is only we want the marks of only you. We do not want any other person's marks. So what would be the second parameter here?
Name.
It is Prince, right? Your card is on the most priority.
Yeah.
We put your card on priority, so your name is your card x dot card name. X dot card name. That is the first parameter, and field is second parameter, and field is second parameter. Am I clear with this example?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes. We can also update his marks. Say this is one of the applications of procedure. We can directly update his. Let us say you want to update Prince. Let us say Prince want to let us consider Prince appeared for a betterment exam, and he obtained physics, and his physics marks are x plus 50. Let us say he secured 50 out of 100 initially, and he felt disappointed, and later on secured 100 by 100, which is very good. And now, if we do not update this marks card, it stays as an inappropriate card until and unless we update its latest marks. How can you update this? We can update the card. Updation can be done by the name of procedure should be update marks. See, this is the name of procedure, that's why I had to write it outside the braces. Update marks is the name of procedure to update his marks. Update marks. This is the name of procedure, and his card ID is 1. And he secured, and he wanted to update his physics marks. So this is the second parameter. And now we want to update it with 100. So guys, this is an example. This is a critical example where there are 3 parameters inside it. The first parameter is card ID, right? His card ID is 1 here. I think you see this 1 here. His card ID is 1. And later on, the second parameter is physics. He secured excellent marks in physics, so he wanted to update physics. This is the second parameter. And third parameter is his score. His score is 100. So we refer to physics 100. Is this example fine?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So the main point is that we can use procedures even to update the existing variables or existing constants as well. This is a very important thing to remember about. Please make note of this. We can update, or we can represent a single quantity, or we can return anything as a result, and we can also distinguish between two things, which are, in this case it is female and male. Rather, we can give a general statement to be, we can distinguish between entities. We can distinguish between entities using procedure. These are the 4 points to remember about procedures. The first point is what? Can someone please tell me again? I told you 4 points right now. The first application of procedure. We can find out individual. We can find out, or we can access individual aspects like math mark, physics mark, chemistry mark. These are individual things. And second thing, we can update them using procedure. Directly we can declare a procedure like update marks, as we saw in this example. We can update it, and later on, what else I told? Do you want to see it up? Yes, you're right. We can return values, we can return characters, we can return booleans, anything. What is the fourth point? We can distinguish between Come on guys, I'm not getting any answer from you. We can distinguish between the assets of a data set, or rather than assets, we can also use elements. Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I think you all must feel somewhat stressed, as you must be learning all the day. With this, we have completed our lectures 3.4 and 3.5 and 3.6. They took in total, these 3 lectures would have around some 40 minutes, I guess. Am I right? At least 30 minutes.
Yes, sir.
But most of the time they explained concepts and they explained concepts.
They
But
were like just counting and stuff, so that takes up 15 minutes or 20 minutes.
yeah, they visit each and everything. That requires a lot of patience. which most of the students
Yes,
don't
sir.
have. Even
I
I don't.
forward it sometimes, like when they're just counting it.
Yeah, they keep on just revisiting cards. They check. Sometimes they forget to update and they do that again repeatedly. But we need to visit that also. That's very important thing. So in this way we covered these 3 lectures. Are there any other lectures after this? All the 3 lectures are completely relevant to procedures and parameters. Am I right? These are very relevant to procedures and parameters. It has been divided into
Yes,
part
sir.
1,
3
part
lectures,
2.
and they're just I think there's just like flowcharts and stuff. I think everything is covered for week 3.
Yes, fine. Now, I think it's time for you guys to prepare to get ready to solve the graded assignment on your own self.
Already done, sir.
Yeah, that's very great to hear about. And now I request everyone who has who yet to need cover. I think there are some people who have not started activity questions. Definitely there will be some persons who
Activity
did not.
practice all done.
Yeah, you completed them, but I am telling about some students who are engaged in exams or such. You need to complete activity questions before attempting GES. Before attempting GES, it is very mandatory to complete all the activity questions and practice assignment. If you are through these 2, then you can 100% complete the GA in a short span, that too with a full score.
Yes, sir.
So guys, this is our class today. Are anybody having any doubts in this?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Yes, that's very good to hear about. And we will be meeting in our next class whenever I'm given a chance. And now I request everybody to solve GS. I mean to solve GS and PA. Before solving GS, my tip is to attempt PA and activity questions as well. So guys, I think it's time.
Good night, sir.
Yeah, good night. Only there are 5 members. This is too ridiculous, man. Yeah, fine. I think you all are stressed. Okay, take rest. Have a good sound sleep.
Good night, sir.
Yeah, good night.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, welcome.